Hello, and welcome back to Timberborn. Currently, the Beaver Society is in the middle of a bad tide, but it's going well. There's not much risk. I just need to make sure that I correctly pause everything that needs to be paused so I don't drain all the water. But all this is set up appropriately. I have this so this can keep pumping for a bit if necessary. It will all work well. But I'll let it start going. But there's not much... Like, I think this society is stable. My impression is... I don't know if they can stand up to crazy floods, or droughts. It seems like droughts have been kind of stable at like less than 10 currently, so I really don't know. But last time I blew up a mountain, or the peak of a mountain, so I have more space for industry, which basically means I need a lot more gear production. I think I'm good on plank production, paper production, book printing presses. I need printing presses for books and for punch cards. That's a pretty crazy ratio for punch cards if you want to constantly be producing. It's like a 4-to-1 ratio of printing presses for paper. Now I'm confusing myself. Like, it's nothing like that. You get 2 every 1.6 hours. I confuse myself too easily, but you do need like 2 paper mills per punch card printing press, which is pretty extreme. But that's not an issue for now. They're still producing. Yeah, I haven't paused them, so they're chewing through all my gears. So I think the highest priority is more gear production. But before that, I need to figure out if I can do lines out. I've learned that I assumed only power using buildings could distribute power, but I don't know what I was checking, but you can apparently distribute power through like houses. So in theory, this whole thing could be simplified by having like mini lodges just piled up, taking up less space. It can be part of the cycle up. It's probably a way to just mini lodge all the way up, and it could work. This is probably still cheaper though. Like any building, like warehouses might work. So with how this is set up, there's a central core down the middle. Like maybe you could just have a central core of warehouses the whole way up, and then it would connect here, and this whole setup would be the exact same. I don't know if that would work. I don't think that's how it should work personally, but that might be how it does work. I just need to plan factory layout because I don't want to waste space. I'm thinking line, 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 beginning with... So I need printing presses. Printing presses will need more paper mills. Paper mills are just logs, so I don't need more. But if it is lines, I need to think of power. I think I have buildings at the end. Not these ones, these are bad, but buildings at the end that can bridge the gap. Okay, I'm gonna spend just a second. Gear workshop is bad. Paper mill is good. That's bad. I think the best one's putting paper mills at the end. Putting all the other workshops in this sort of layout. Okay, it's out of reach. You have paper mills, you can have gear workshops. and gear workshops just have a tunnel down the middle. That should work. The issue is I don't have the best space. I should probably expand this a bit. Try to make it square. I guess I'll delay. I'll find a place to put a dirt excavator. I was gonna put that over here, near the mines. And just excavate dirt because it will look better than putting a bunch of platforms or levees down here to level that out. It'll take a while, but I can still start the construction for now. So spacing. Gear workshops are this big, papers are this big, printing presses are bigger, lumber mills are the same size. That's I think what this whole section is going to be filled of. 1, 2, 3, and some, maybe? I might want more wood workshops. Then I'll have to get more resin supply, but that can be dealt with as necessary later. Ah, the irrigation. Ah, shoot, I forgot to pause. Whoops. That's a big mistake. I got distracted by planning ahead. Stream gauge. Very low. Yeah, this actually might be a big problem. I think it should be fine. I should put emergency water dumps here for situations like this. Or I can make a more elegant solution. Try and make like a mechanical thing that can pump water. I think it's too busy. I think if I had this placed over here, I could have tried to set something up, but this whole area is too restricted. Maybe not. I could make an aqueduct over the... An aqueduct seems pretty fun. There, aqueduct down here, pour it into there so that if I need to turn it on, I can. It's probably better to set an aqueduct up to flow like that, though. So that it flows into here and then flows. Visually, it would be better. Oh, I want to do this. This seems like fun. And since it's a current... Oh, but I need power. Let's just... I'll plan to do that later. I think that'd be fun, setting up an aqueduct, pumping water from basically right here, dumping it into an aqueduct along here, pull it down. Hopefully I should be able to do that, I think. I'll just need levees to block there. Maybe a tiny waterfall as it drops 2 floors over and down. It'll be great. Let's prioritize this a little bit. Because I want the water level to be at an appropriate level. Those can be pumping though. So I need to work towards this to explode some stuff to get another reservoir for this zone. I think I start building the dirt right over here. Visually, I kind of like there, but maybe I put it here. Maybe I make it so that the hole that it apparently digs will be fully its own area. I could set it up here. Except no, there's no use to deeper. I can only collect from 4 deep. So it being deeper than 4 is not going to be that helpful. Let's put it where it's aesthetically pleasing over efficient. Wonder how much of a struggle this will be to build. Oops. I mean, I'll have to shift the path because I need to get power there, but that should be fine there for now. I can probably unpause these as well. I have 7 unworking beaver bots. Let's pause that. Because I don't have enough jobs. Oh, actually, I have, I can get beavers working on making more beavers. Yeah. All the beavers will be the ones making the beavers. Or the robots will be the ones making the robots. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 jobs. So it's only 3 extra beavers. Yeah, I got distracted by the fact that I was draining the water that I didn't mean to drain. Oh, whoops. Hopefully they can raise the level up again. It's kind of inefficient, but it should be fine. I have plenty of water. Lots stored. They need more water long term. Fine. Then I can start laying this out. So, where do I put printing presses? Do I put them on the left? I think they all need to be in one line if I make a bunch. I want at least 2 printing presses. There's probably an explicit ratio of printing presses to beavers that I don't know. Maybe I just plan to make this entire first column printing presses. If I do that, it will be there, which means that it lines up here. So that's where the line's going to be. It'll go probably all the way down there. And then a paper mill. Then I'll use normal structures that are that. The path will go here. All the way down to the bottom. Now I can just count, because I'm not going to make more paper mills, maybe on the far side, but... Okay, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Shoot, it's 6 between, right? Yep. Which means that I can start... I think I'll leave 1 row at the bottom, at like a separate height, 1 below, instead of a sheer cliff. I can start putting paper mills here. Right there. And then I'll have a paper mill there. Should I... If I make it 1 wider, then I have a corridor that has nothing on it, but I could put a paper mill at the end. Okay, so they're doing their job. Gradually it has gone up by 0.7. This is still set to 2. Let's leave it at 1.5 for now. could do space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I would need one more. And that wouldn't be the best. So yeah, I think I do 7 wide. Seven wide means that I can put extra printing presses. Or paper mills, not printing presses. So I can have 2 more printing presses and then it'll end here. And that will work pretty decent, I hope. I don't think I have enough power supply, so maybe I will have to set up. Maybe it won't go the whole way, maybe it will end somewhere here, and then I'll put a bunch of windmills on the front. Though actually the windmill should be on the back, because they don't need to travel to the windmills. Yeah, windmills on the back. I need to keep those though. I think the lines towards this end. I could probably do proper math, figure out how many windmills I would need if I could learn the average wind in a given day, in a given cycle. Okay, still stable enough. Should be fine. If I could secure the wind in a day, then the percent... Actually, do these have... They don't. If they had a way to track productivity, it would be really easy to work with. Though considering the 8 hours of non-work time, maybe I just start with a simple assumption that it's 1-to-1 with windmills. These average 300 horsepower during working times, and all, as long as I can store that energy, I'm fine. Yeah. Do you see any oxygen in this game? So obviously the oxygen isn't included. But yeah, I don't know. I'd have to estimate. I don't want to do math. But if I have to plan... Yeah. I can't see the bad tide happening. It doesn't exist. Ignore this at the top. Everything's happy here. Overabundance of cattails. What beavers call... Well, being called cattails is kind of fun. Suggests they either got the name from the humans, or there are cats in this world. And I don't know which one is more interesting. Trying to convince myself to what I'm doing. Yeah. Actually, it does make a lot of sense in this context, yeah. So it must be true. Does it say anywhere? I am actually fully able to believe that that is what it is supposed to be. Because of the running wheels and stuff. It isn't. would be so good if it was like a power. They changed the units. Divide all power gen by 50 and have a power wheel produce 1 HP. They could make it, they could set it up to make it imply that horsepower is a reference to hamsters, or HP is a reference to hamsters. It would be funny and slightly less of a post-apocalyptic world. They're doing a good job. They're limited by gears. Guess I need to get this set up quick. I guess that's an important consideration. If they're nowhere near water sources, beavers are... robots are way better. This is very temporary. They're gonna mess this up for me somehow. Well, I messed it up for me somehow. Super temporary. I just need more gears. I need to expand the mountain. They need a lot of gears to finish this. I still have these. I really should replace them. Inefficient. They build it good. 1.36. Which means should last enough time. It's sort of an interesting... Wait, no. Why would they start with those? It's sort of interesting to think about there being no end game, well, end point yet. The only real goal I can think of is trying to improve the well-being. And just expanding, but... yeah. Well, update 6 has monuments? No, not monuments, that's what these are. Bunch of stuff. I don't think they're necessary, but it does provide a good excuse for when to stop a place or a world. Wait, oh, I guess, yeah, that's the, yeah. It's sort of, it's making the world better. Doesn't do anything gameplay-wise, which I think is good. I think being able to, you get the wonder thing and then boom, the world's a better place would feel weird. Because then the save would be over at that point. Like, irrevocably done. You know what? This is a really bad setup. Because I could just get the power here and it's the result of not planning at all. Wow. I did a very bad job with this. Oh well. It works for now. Any 24%. They are approaching death. Yeah. That seems kind of fun. Like, to me, I like the idea of, wait, it becomes a question of AI at that point, eventually, but having like a central, nice, pleasant district, and then all the outer districts are harsh, being worked by robots. But that's what would cause an AI uprising. Though I don't think these robots have AI. I think they're just strictly programmed. I guess this one's too far away. Yeah, the bots seem very good at their jobs, and the fact that the bots can make more bots kind of makes it simpler. I guess I don't have enough gear shipments, do I? I didn't manage the distribution properly. Import if needed, so I should. Yeah. I definitely agree that with what's set up they aren't. Because they're just sort of existing, but... Oh, because storage and workplace demand... doesn't account for crafting as much, seemingly. Yeah, it's good they don't need happiness. It'd be much more challenging. You know what I should have done? I should have just faced these the other way. I got too focused on my original plan layout. Probably make more space. I can just use that for other stuff. That should be fine. that's the challenge that I need to improve. I need to actually provide rooftop terraces and agoras. The agora is here. I should be able to make it and use it. Okay, so this should properly flush the bad water. Should turn this back on. This off. Yeah. Wow. A mall that uses extract that is pulled from bad water, even. It might be even worse. I mean, I let a little bit of bad... Oh, it's going to pull it through. I actually should have thought about physics. Well, fluid dynamics for a second there. Oh well. It's still better than it was before. Yeah. It's still... I was mostly like... I was rushing. Because previously that it would get caught really easily in this section and I would have to flush it through. And I was hoping I wouldn't have to. How did this happen? It hasn't done this before. Where it flows here. Oh no, it has. 'Cause that's why this was flooded, wasn't it? Maybe I should adjust this somehow. That's actually a pretty big flood. I mean, it's a sudden surge, so it makes sense that it flooded. I'm just surprised that it was here specifically. When I didn't think that had happened before. Flooding here has happened a bunch. I wonder if I should abandon this. Yeah. I think it's partially because of the 1.5 depth there. So it can't flow through at the same rate as it flows in. I'm wondering if I even need... But now this is causing a flood. I'm gonna have to fix this somehow. It has to be some side effect of the water wheels, because I don't know what else meaningfully changed. They're fine. They're beavers, though. The bees probably should be dead. Oh, I should have. Yeah. I should, at the very least, consider doing that. I need to remember storage types real quick. Gears. I have plenty of gear storage elsewhere. Oh, the flooding. Yeah, actually pulling it all one level deeper would be fairly expensive, but... Oh. No, that's why it's flooding. forgetfulness is the reason. Should temporarily increase the flow rate. That makes sense why it went badly. I kind of wish I could give a beaver just the only job the beaver has is to every time there's a change in season, it raises and lowers the floodgates. So I think that's the biggest issue, and that should be fine for now. How much do these produce? 100 and 100 to 200? Oh yeah. Are those the... Do those already exist? Or is that the upcoming... Yeah. That seems like an interesting thing to mess with eventually. Wait. Oh, pushing buttons changes speed. Ah, the water dropped too low. 1.13. Oh, I guess the flooding probably got him sick. That makes sense. I just find that part very funny. Okay, it's still flooding, so I definitely should adjust this. Doesn't flood for long, but making this side of the thing deeper might help a bit, and removing this. Just a steel beam. Pretty impressive. Okay. So yeah, there's no wind right now. These are draining pretty slow. Powering 3 of those. That's pretty good. Should probably replace those windmills. Except I don't have access to it. I have to go around here, add stairs. You know what? I definitely should do that. Yeah. I just don't want... I need access to it first. I mean, I don't know what these are from. All this pine resin and gears, but they're just sitting there. Oh yeah, this is here. I mean, it's kind of noxious fumes releasing from the top. It's not very pleasant looking. Give them... Wait, to carousel? Carousels need power, yeah. We could put a carousel here. Pull some power from nearby. Mud bath. Dance hall. Get some happy beavers over here. The agora is already gotten about half. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of feel bad for the mining town and their well-being. How much lower is their life expectancy? So they only have plus 40%. These beavers have like plus 60%. It's kind of rough being a mining beaver. Actually, yeah, I should. I thought that was more expensive than that. I'll leave it there for now, but I will definitely shift them. I guess I have more of those, so I can unpause this. It will take a while to get all the workforce of beaver bots, but it will be a goal to work towards. So, I need 1, 2, 12 beavers, 16 for hauling stuff. I don't really need food. I only need like 30 beavers maybe? At most? I do need the hauling. Yeah, I only need that many-ish. Which will take a little while with my current production rate. Yeah, so I guess I might leave. I want to leave these as like proper design, but yeah, I can get rid of food storage because I don't need to use it. And I guess I could probably get rid of the trees and just pump out potatoes. And water, so I still need water collection. Yeah, no, I can't get power up enough. I could go movement based, but I'm lifeline. To consider. Well, I guess it just needs to refill by the time there's a drought. And if I deepen these sections, it will last longer. Much to consider. Ooh. Beavers dancing. Dancing by themselves. Abandoned by their dance partners. It's going very slowly. Oh, I probably... No, these are populated. Weird. That's temporary. Actually, unless there's unemployed beavers. There's 7 unemployed beavers. Yeah, I guess that is the average between the two, probably 31. Are they really bringing one gear at a time? Because if so, I need to fix something. There's no way that's how that should be behaving. They bring bread in at least 8 at a time. They are. Seemingly bringing one gear at a time. Maybe the best solution would be... wait, no, it's warehouse. A small gear warehouse? Wait, I have scrap metal here and there. It's fine. Hopefully they ship me more gears now. Probably shouldn't just stare at this though. Still one at a time. I don't get this. Is it the weight? Okay, so maybe I need more. Is it district? It's probably easier if I just set up a... If I just set up gear production for this short construction, it'll be faster than trying to figure out what they want to do. It's such a weird... Because people working here should be grabbing more. At least this will be done though. I'll have to keep an eye on it so I don't overproduce, but it'll be so much faster just to make it. Look at like expansion targets. There's another mine if I need it here. At least another few mines. One here. There's a couple of mines. Actually, what I should be doing is looking to make a bad water rig. Because that will get all the bad water supply I'll ever need. 3 per hour, 40 per hour. Yeah, it's like 13 and a third pumps set up. Except that would be a bad one to put it at. I should set it up, plan to set it up over here. Because I'm not harvesting the energy. The massive potential energy of bad water. Yeah. I think at this point though, like there's still stuff I can do. I'm thinking next time I play I might try a fresh start but with Iron Teeth to see how that plays. 'Cause it could be it. My impression is it's relatively different, and that could be interesting. Because this settlement, I might come back, but it's a cheat. I'm comfortable with this settlement not dying, and I'm curious about how Iron Teeth work. Different population production, different. I think the water is basically the same, just it's more flexible. Or it can reach deeper. Yeah. Made of... Actually, I think... they can eventually be made out of bad water byproducts. Like, it's kind of crazy that how technologically advanced these test tube beavers are. I need to think. I'm still gonna do stuff today. Figure out what I want to expand. This took a lot longer than I was hoping for, though. And how does it get stored? Dirt. Okay. This will be inefficient. That's a very useful ability to work with, for sure. Definitely. Like, that's... you can rely more on... oh, their water wheels are also different. Or they have a different... I think they have a one wide water wheel. And maybe a... they have a one wide and like a 3 wide, I think. If I checked them a tiny bit recently. Like, that seems like it's a much more... it's a more reliable power supply. When they have generators that burn wood, their power supply systems are totally different. So managing power isn't just set up a bunch of windmills and storage to be pretty good. It seems kind of more... well, it's not more interesting, it's just different. They're not doing a very good job filling up the water. I need one more. Except this is not going to be populated by people eventually, so... but beavers, they're not people. Beavers are not people. Oh. I guess they have jobs. Oh. No, they don't. It's so much slower than I wish it was. Because I don't want to... I don't want to expand too much. That's... Yeah, you want to get the max area. Presumably, not a forester placed in this sort of location, where half of it is not being... Well, actually, I would say 80% of its potential, maybe even like 80% of the potential of this forester is unused. Same with this one, and these foresters are very inefficient, the ones that I've placed. Like a forester in this sort of location would probably be really good. Ignoring bad water. Or I could just have not built all my farms here. And then it'd have trees all around. Okay, they're all in hospital beds, so they're fine. My carrot supply is falling short. Why? I didn't increase the population. Chestnuts are also short. That's worrying. I really don't want to increase the number of chestnuts, because it's... Might as well. I might as well. Nine more trees probably won't solve it. But it might. It might be that I'm just barely on the point of losing. Guess I don't really grow that many carrots. Just these two. So it's not really surprising that it's not enough. Potatoes are decreasing because of biofuel. I guess I need to start using this land for farms. But now I actually have to connect it to power. Excuse me. Well, that's truly human with the double O. That would be a lot of effort. Is there a hard limit on how far you can go? Oops. At least you could just, as long as you have the resources, you can just sort of, you potentially could just build as far as you need. Pretty loud. Oh, I was curious about some stuff. I've seen pictures of people on the new update building underneath water, which seems like an interesting availability. I guess, yeah. Actually, yeah, they kind of do apparently dig, or maybe not dig, but um, mess with channels in the flow of water. Oh, oh, it's a level up. Weird. I didn't pay attention to that. That's nifty. I was looking at it from too far up. Yeah. The aqueducts and stuff. Elaborate vertical based water. It's just, there's so much more, there's so much potential. Okay, so this will work. I guess I can ship over. Don't quite have the science. I can soon ship over some bots to work on dirt. So it is. Oh, I have to ship extract. I don't know how that's set up right now. I mean, that should ship just fine. I would hope. Ooh, this group does not have enough bread or carrots. Which doesn't matter long term. Once I can replace them with robots, it doesn't matter. You know what? I think instead of delaying this anymore, I should just make it work for now. Can I even do that? What can I change to make it work without having to modify it too much later? I guess I put... Okay, I know what to do. Change the power supply, move it down this way. Leave those. Turn this into that. Bring the power. I'll leave it there for now, but I wanted to put one for the back. Keep it going. Pull it down to a platform. All of which will be destroyed eventually. Then I can power that. Which means I can put the middle row in. So. I guess I'll just put more gears for now. I can unpause this. I should probably up the robot building. So 1, 2, 3. I have 2 spaces. Nope, can't fit it there. I could put it at the end though. Put one of these here and put it right by a carousel. Then supply power in the most awkward way imaginable. Sure, so these are gears, I need planks. Maybe I was gonna put wood workshops on the side. I can put one, that'll be fine. So planks, gears. I guess I could do that, but that's not. You did this to yourself. You were stranded, now move. Okay. It doesn't like me. Two sawmills per gear and 2 per woodwork. Yeah. So definitely set up another. This row will be sawmills. This row will be sawmills. This can turn on. I guess I probably could do the math. That seems. Will it use this in about 3 hours? I don't know. Ah, shoot. I hate this. These are gonna have to be rebuilt. I could make a couple more. Yeah. Should have that set up. And I can unpause that. I didn't plan this for wood workshops properly, so I think I'm only gonna have one built, which is probably not ideal. Yeah, I can't really put grist mills. I could put a centrifuge. I could put a bunch of centrifuges. But no, that'll be closer to there. Yeah. Like at least right now. I mean, this has been 39%, so I don't have enough gears. So I actually should keep this around. At least compared to gears, I've had enough treated planks for running the mine. Oh, I did lose a bunch because I built this. How is this going? It is working at 35%, which means about 2 every 2 hours. That's not bad. In no time, I'll be able to build my dirt. Why? Why are there arrows? Is it just... It's like... So... Looking at it, you have to use it to manage... So if I wanted them to build... from here to here, with this being further, they would build it that way. But if I placed it in this way, they would build this, and then if there was no path, they would stop because they wouldn't be able to build the rest. That's useful, if not really illustrated in any way, until I actually placed them. Two levels should be fine. Okay. So what I should do is plan this. So I want it to extend this far. Doesn't need to expand. That's as far as I need right now. I need the next level. Oh, it's 3 levels. Whoops. I got the height wrong. Still need a staircase, but that should be fine. I guess that makes sense. I was searching on the side, and it looks like, because if I search for terrain block arrow, all the images that show up are sort of indicating 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 based on arrows. There's actually a perfect picture that illustrates what it's supposed to mean. Can I... studio mode. Oh yeah. What you do know helps a great deal. I want to show the picture because it does work effectively, but I need to figure out what I need to click. Image. We don't have an image. That'd be a saved image. I hope this just goes, yeah. This is what I saw. Like, it's basically indicating that that's sort of how it works, which is kind of neat. If it does manage the pattern as well, that's actually kind of neat. I wouldn't have expected that to be properly manageable. I was worried that it was a setup where like any terrain block you built just had an arrow for some unknown reason when it was complete. And that would have been off-putting. If this is what it looked like when it was done, I would rather use platforms. And one of these to connect. Wait, how much storage do I have? Pretty sure I have a tiny paper storage. Oh no, I have 1.3k. It's not bad. I don't really need more paper production. I just, for when I eventually might, oh, paper. Paper is used for construction. When I eventually need more, that's what I felt having access to it would be beneficial. I have things I should target. I should make sure that I get at least one carousel. Oh, access to water means irrigation? No. Yeah. Oh, so it actually needs proper water access. I guess it can be built anywhere that has space. This does reach, if I put it right here, it would actually reach pretty well. Perfect place to put it. Want it to look decent. I don't think this is bad. It's really good coverage too. They get kind of bad deal, but they'll be replaced by robots. Will they be able to build it if I put a platform here? Or do I need to build a staircase down? Because the building capabilities in this game are kind of all over the place. Oh yeah, I don't actually have a good power supply here. Okay, it's just interesting that it was complaining when I tried to place it close to here. Oh. The water flow. Oh, wait. The iron teeth don't have aquatic crops, do they? What an aesthetic loss. I'm really surprised this isn't done by now. Oh yeah. I guess you could make like a proper mangrove type structure like this as well. Manually cultivated mangrove forest. That might even look better. Depending on how they lay out. I want to see a picture. No picture here. Well. That seems like a fun. Mangroves, I think. So mangroves have fruit and logs. I wonder if you could live, if they could live off of just them. Wow. If I do, I can build it after, but for some reason they're struggling building a platform. So, because I can do this if necessary. I do want to see if it works though. Or like how it works. If not, then I'll have to do that. Pause this just to see how it behaves. Because by this own game's rules, I really think they should be able to build it. Because if... Oh, another bad died. Like, if this can be built from up above, when it's clearly being placed at the bottom there, they should be able to build this from this platform. But I wouldn't be... I'm not surprised that for some reason they can't. I kind of want to see how they behave here. Whether they'll path to it correctly. Or they'll have to drain the water enough. So extract is very good. I don't need more. I guess, yeah. Good dirt. I wonder where the... I guess the base is like there. And since you can't build... Maybe... I could build like here? What? No, I can build there. What? That's funky. That's so weird. Like I can build under that. Weird. You can build under the edges. It makes sense you can't build a double, but you shouldn't be able to build there. So I wonder if... Actually, I don't know if they can build on stairs. I wonder if I could have put a platform. Probably not. The stairs would probably be prevented. Yeah. Such a weird... specific... implementation. So I have to keep a track. I don't know if they can... Oh, maybe? Oh, that's so goofy. The fact they have to swim underwater carrying their lumber to build it? It's a weird building. Like somehow it's the weirdest building I've seen. Like, oh, they should have elevators. You should be able to hitch a ride on a gravity battery to ride it to the top. It'll take days, but you'll get there eventually. And with no effort on your own part. You have 30 of those. That's unlocked. That's unlocked. That's unlocked. That needs 1k. I'll have to figure out biofuel. But I might be able to shift these guys. Though. That would be a big shift in population. So I'll have to build 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll have to build 7 new units. Pause them all. And then move them all over at the same time before any new beavers are produced. Okay, I can do that. That should be fine. Might need to actually do the math. 10, 14, it's not math, it's just counting. 14, 15, 16, 17, 21. Ignore the food for now. Including this is 24. So 30 beavers should be enough. Shift, just launch them all over here when I'm ready. And I guess I need to build. I hate my mouse. The scroll wheel is terrible. Set up 7 of these. So. It's a double platform. That's where I need a trip. Nope, still doesn't. It's all just doubles, isn't it? Wait, I messed up. Probably shouldn't build too much. Because the taller the tower gets, the less efficient it is for movement. Yeah, this should be the last level for now. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That should be the last one for now. I just need to keep an eye on this. Make sure that I pause it the moment it's done. Which I should. Preemptively pause them. Don't start building. Wait till the pathing is done so that I know that they're building what I need. They didn't fill up their water. They did a really bad job of filling their water up. Or is this group is good about their water? I probably don't want to do the shift mid bad tide. That might cause a lot of issues. Also need to be careful when the bad tide is spreading. Does working in the water give them the wet fur buff? It does. Ah, that's good intel. That's probably very valuable early. So setting stuff up so they have to walk through water is probably worth a lot instead of setting up a bunch of showers that go entirely unused. I don't know. For some reason, I know beavers can swim in reality, and they do. I just never thought, hey, let the beavers actually travel through the water. I always just focused on, oh yeah, just do this. But I actually think this exact setup is the problem. Because I imagine that well, to my understanding, I could just put a staircase down, a path, a staircase up. But since I need a dam built to hold water early, or I feel the need to build a dam for that, since then I'm like, oh, just keep them out of the water. Right here, I don't need these paths. I'm pretty sure I could just have them walk between the dangerous water wheels. I imagine like it's all the fault of this one dam. Like this, I could have them walk through what? I know I couldn't. The district crossing has to be dry, probably. I hope this is the type of stuff that gets improved with update 6. Yeah, like in theory, as long as I let it flush appropriately, this entire section is clean water. Like I should be planting plants in the water. I should be making use of it. But I do kind of like the clean river aesthetic, like an empty, not full of crops. So I'm not gonna start planting stuff in this particular river. Like I should have them walk through water more than I do. Actually, I definitely should just ditch this dam and have them walk through the water instead. I'll have to be a little more careful when it comes to bad tides, but only a little. I just need to be patient. Hey, I actually have wood storage, that's good. I should really replace this. Okay, it still needs more chestnuts. Berries. There's plenty. Plenty. I guess I just plant more here. A lot of wasted space still. There's so many cases where I tunnel vision. I focus too much on doing things a specific way that I forget, hey, you don't actually need to do it this way. Net loss with no wind. It's still fairly small net. It's the middle of night. Of course, it's not a major net loss. I'll have to pause this before it's done. Ooh, metal blocks in the water. I bet they're not stainless steel. Okay, so up you come. You stay at one. No, I already blocked up above, so I'll leave it there. I actually think it might be best. Leave this there for a second. It will probably flood for a moment, but wait as this comes in. Oh yeah. I guess I am assuming that it's all like iron. It definitely could be any number of other metals. Before I forget. They are low on water. They have water being shipped to them. They're fine. Let's turn on only one. That looks fine. Those trees need to be shifted. Of course I managed to flood it with the maneuver of open and closing stuff. And that's at double. Oh, that's... I don't know. Brass is not something that I would have assumed was super common. Is it used for like a wide variety of stuff, or does it just get a few uses that it goes through constantly? Yeah, I never would have guessed. Okay, so it's like mostly the same type of stuff, just a lot of it. I guess my image of ships in ships boats is not really well rounded. It's not the case that I only picture pirate ships or anything. I just... Unless you're working on a ship, you generally don't see the nitty-gritty. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, imagine it's... I don't know. I don't know metal prices in the world either. Like, treating steel to the point where it does well is not cheap. Like alloying it. What a funny image. The fact that you can increase the priority on building paths, despite the fact that paths don't actually get built. Yeah, so like, that's one of those, I don't know, I can say things that's mentioned in science class that doesn't come up a lot, but it's still kind of interesting to see cases of like, you have the sacrificial metal that protects the one you don't want to have falling apart. Oh, there's some examples that I can't think of that are fairly common. Which means maybe they're not that common if I can't think of them. I guess all my metal's here. I need to export metal. This is always, so what, district 1, import always on metal. District 3, no threshold, import if needed. Okay, that should be fine. It's not even slow, I just need a lot. Yeah, I don't think the beavers have, well no, they could. I don't know if beavers can understand sacrificial nodes and stuff. I bet that's... I imagine it's a fairly constant thing then. Constantly like making sure you're keeping up on, just in general, keeping, it needs to be kept track of what is and what isn't. Yeah. They have observatories actually. I think observatories are probably, it didn't cross my mind, observatories are probably more advanced. Though it is a different field, so. Wait, what's the most advanced? I mean, a bad water rig is sort of like an oil rig. Oil rigs are insane. There's, what is it? That painting steel does, I guess there's, painting still doesn't seem fun, but also part of this paint that helps. Well, I mean, any coating helps. Is the paint part of the sacrificial component? I'm just stuck on boats because boats are crazy for delivering. They have to, I think oil rig delivery boats, there's some that sink a bit. It's all very involved. Yeah. So it helps, and then you want to make sure it's mostly just a direct barrier as opposed to a more complicated barrier. Yeah, that seems... Probably want to make sure it's kind of spotless. You don't want any bits of paint chipping off, allowing for access to the material underneath. 4 coats. It's a lot of painting. And it's probably not seen much because it's going to be on the boat. But that's, yeah, a lot to maintain boats. A lot of effort, preventative and reactionary. Yeah, that's a lot of painting. 8, I got a number in my head. 2 times a year. Yeah, I guess if it runs into anything, then I bet it's never a fun time if like a boat that you have to paint scrapes up against something and then, oh, it's gonna need to be painted. Though also the damage itself might be more impactful than the paint, but okay, need more haulers over here, I guess. So, everyone has to pitch in for painting? Even the electronic technician? I bet whoever... Actually, I don't know. I don't know ranks on... I know these captains on boats and all the context is specific, but I bet whoever's the highest up doesn't have to paint. But that's kind of the nature, though. Highest up, presumably. Different degrees of everything. Yeah. Wow. That is important. Just the occasional up. I'll lend you a hand this time. But needs a lot of... You gotta maintain the respect. To a certain degree. Seems... I wonder if anyone... I can't imagine enjoying painting a boat specifically. But there must be some people that are like, oh boy, it's boat painting day. Just... Some people, just law of large numbers, probably look forward to painting boats. large scale boats. Model boats is different, but get this thing, start shifting them. All this boat talk makes me wish this game had boats. Oh. Yeah. Update 7. What's I wonder if there's a nautical number. I don't know of any. There's no simple. Yeah. I hate English. The English language is terrible. Like, who goes? Oh yes, bosun. Boatswain. Oops, I'm paused. Like, that's just. I mean, it might not be English's fault. It might be a. Well, it's English's fault, but there's a lot of words like that that just don't make sense. And I really wish they did. But well, I can definitely. Well, I mean, I can imagine any group having its. What is paused? Oh, this one's paused. Any group, but yeah, I don't know enough about Sailor culture to say one way or another, because then it would just be like making baseless statements. But if you're on a boat for a long time, you'll be interacting with the same people a lot. In-jokes develop, in-jokes pass down, in-jokes evolve. Eventually it's incomprehensible from an outside point of view. Or comprehensible, because still most of the time sailors have lives outside of sailing. At least in modern times. I don't know about the lives of sailors in the 1500s. Maybe they were stuck on boats too much. I think I need to ship over 10 bots. But yeah. It's definitely. Oh, wait, wrong direction. Like, makes sense. Internet. I bet the internet helps a lot. Like, I bet if. Well, I mean, there's no way to say it, but the internet probably, when near shore but not totally in the middle of nowhere. Wait, Mutineer Island. A lot of potential for interesting history. That's kind of cool. Though, nothing cool about mutiny, except context specific. Oh, they have to get people to live there to maintain the existence. Oh yeah. It's a lot of, honestly, it's sort of adjacent to sailing and stuff, but islands are really interesting. Like the different limitations imposed by the fact that it's an island, assumptions that have been made, like it's all, yeah. Oh, I'd say, oh, maybe I'll look into it. I'll move to middle of an island in, I don't know, maybe the middle of nowhere. Is it the Pitcairn Islands? I'm just looking at mutiny related stuff. Yeah. Just move there and... Okay. Ooh. I mean, the Pitcairn Islands apparently has honey production. Oops, I'm not paying attention. I'm reading about islands. There's a lot of very specific things. Britain, Mutiny, Island. I don't know how to search this. I don't know what the key terms are. It must be this, because it's descendants of the only thing when you search Britain and mutiny, it's bounty mutineers. This is the only thing I find. Yeah, because the territory has 47 permanent inhabitants. Which is pretty extreme. Considering I would say 47 is small for a town. I must research. Maybe they have good internet. Ooh, just counting up. Just, they're getting happier and happier. Oh, the British government implemented a 4G LTE mobile network in Adamstown with shared speeds of 5 megabits per second across all islanders. 5 megabits shared across 50 people. Seems usable. Hey, they built it. Oh, that's why the numbers were going up. Yeah. It's way out in the middle of nowhere. In the South Pacific. closest place to it seems to be French Polynesia. I bet it's expensive to live there though, just for like supplies. Kind of like the north of Canada or I think Alaska is probably expensive to live in. These guys are out of water. They have 14 water left. Oh, let's turn this on. I should turn that on sooner. Turn one of those on preemptively. That would be difficult. Yeah, the impact of the sailors. Oh, why did this show up? Looks like there's some sort of map or some map museum or something. Yep, Pitcairn Island Museum. Oh, now that's a creepy picture. Very first picture shown. Yeah, like the impact of that. There's a lot of just islands. I think there was some weird events with islands and people being left on them. I could send 4 more bots over. Like assumptions about islands because of the isolation. Like it's not at all related to sailing, but it used to be assumed that there was a land bridge to Sri Lanka, so that's how there were elephants there. But it was learned that elephants can actually swim like a long distance, which is just sort of an island related fact. Just kind of oops. Hopefully they all have homes. Good. Yeah. It's a very there's so much that's interesting about islands. There was a bird. Guam. Guam's one of those places that I never really... I don't know a lot about it. Could be an interesting place, though, being given where it is. That's your backup. So your ideal retirement isn't to move to Guam. Yeah. I guess the ideal retirement in general is probably to stay sort of where you're used to. I say that makes sense. Let me just change this. Yeah. Certain comfort to, knowing where you are. That could... Texas is certainly big enough that could be a big... There could be big differences between the two areas. It's like... I guess a lot of... It's like most of the Canadian provinces, if you moved from the south to the north, would be a huge change. I don't know whether it's sort of similar in Texas. Texas is less of a climate change, though, from one end to the other. East to south, even. Yeah, Texas is... I don't know population, but... Or distribution, but... I'm under the impression it's a much more... Okay, so it is still different. It is still a majorly different climate. Because mostly like... one example is... Like... Manitoba. People living in Winnipeg, it gets really cold in the winter. But it's still going to be nothing like living in Churchill, where people have to actively worry about polar bears. Like there's a... And also a lot of the northern... There's like a line above which is like... Somewhere very south in Canada, like 90% live below it. Which is more just people don't go north because it gets colder. That's cool. I don't know enough about avocados. I would have assumed that you could grow them just based on like where Texas is. I would have assumed that most of Texas would be able to grow it, but I guess it is big enough that it would vary to that extent. Yeah, there's a lot of factors in plants. It's hard to... know. Oh, okay. So yeah. Even if it doesn't regularly get obscenely cold, it's still a major worry. You know, I'm gonna plan a little ahead. Oh wait, no, I'm dumb. Whoops. Biofuel's a liquid. I was just doing that to build a tank and then I forgot. Hey. it's lost forever. Oh, no, they actually grabbed it. But yeah, it's kind of an interesting overall fact. Like, it's actually kind of island adjacent, but it's more fruit related. That did you know that Iceland grows a lot of bananas because of like geothermal heating, allowing them to have appropriate heat? It's kind of oh shoot. Did I forget to pause? One, two, 5, 6. Hopefully 9 homeless beavers. Yeah, it's one of those things where you'd never assume that they would. I mean, honestly, I would never assume that they would grow anything in banana in Iceland. I definitely don't grow anything on bananas either, but water level is 0.74, which means it's 1.74, which means it will flow. Like, Iceland's a really interesting idea. Oh, yeah. Like, Greenland's a weird place. Just everything about it. Its name is terrible. I really wish it had a different name. Wait. That's kind of neat. The observatory and the inventor are beaver only. But I can get science from beavers at the mine. No. What? I guess there is some value in a giant hunk of ice. But I can't imagine they would want to sell it. I love population statistics. Greenland has a higher population than Tuvalu, I believe. Maybe not. I'm trying to look at the number. Yeah, 56,000 people in Greenland. Well, I guess that's kind of... I kind of think that's... I don't know. I don't know Denmark's political policy, economic, ecological policies, but wanting to keep Greenland unmodified. How'd they do this? Oh, wait, I'm dumb. Whoops. I mean, the beavers are dumb, but I am also. I should have prepared for this. Here to save you, Beaver. Ah. Oh, it does stop. Cool. Alaska's an interesting place. I don't know enough about it, but it's just kind of... I guess the thing that stands out to me most about Alaska is their capital being Juneau and not Anchorage. But that's good. If it can be maintained well. I'm trying to figure out what I'm trying to figure out. So I need to get beaver numbers. I already have those filled. 3. Yeah. 7. If I shift everyone back, it shouldn't collapse. Because the people should have enough food. I just need to stop exporting food to this area. This will stop being produced. A bunch of stuff will stop, but it should be fine. Emergencies. Okay. So, before I do that, I'll just shift some. So I save all but 3 get sent over. And then, wait, wrong direction. Wait, did I confuse myself? I did. District 3 then sends all of their beavers. And I will see how it goes. After I unpause. Yeah. Okay, out of jobs, out of beds. So destroy those in a minute. Okay, the numbers look correct. They just need to populate the beds. I forgot again. At least I caught it sooner this time. It was probably probably shouldn't have shifted it right at this point in time when I had to keep track of multiple things. It was a bad choice. So. These are where I want the bots to work. Where are they working right now so that I can fix that? Oh, it's the workers. Up here? No. District 1. Where are my robots? The bottom. Bad water, refinery. Okay. Bad water, and refinery. Need to switch back. That's a center. What is refinery? Refinery. These are populated. I'll have to make sure I have proper biofuel movement. These are high priority, but I can probably drop the workers. Wait, I actually have to do that first. Bot work. Fully bot-based workforce. Do I need this water? What? I want the farming to continue, but that's not a priority. And the numbers tank because there's no more ones that care here. This goes through the roof. Oops, I need water. That would have been funny. I paused this. If I left all those paused, they all would have died. After the bad tide was over. It'd take a while for all the impacts to shake out. I need to pay attention. So I think I need more bots still. Probably can get rid of... So, I can get rid of all the medical beds, I assume. I still need the gear workshop. For mining. This is lowest priority. Oh, that's counting log consumption. Okay. I won't need all this food, so I can start shifting. Import no food. This can import as needed. Water. Import is needed. I think I need some, but not much. Always import this. I'll deal with that. Yeah, there's a lot to keep track of. Yeah, that should be fine. For now, I'll have to keep an eye out on everything. Okay, so these are being hauled. These positions are not filled. Because they're not filled because there's no one working here because I haven't unlocked the workplace. I was going to remove the logging, or at least reduce it, and replace it with potatoes. I have 37 unemployed beavers, but they're in the other. I have a bunch of empty buildings. I can destroy all this. So here, 34 unemployed beavers. And 16 baby beavers. I need to get more work. Which means I have plenty to work over here. And continue this construction. That's the highest priority, get this built. This should all be buildable. Then I can build it, destroy that, terrain, build it inwards. So that's gonna be good. Except I am gonna need access to here. Because then they can talk up here and they can finish it for sure. And I'll be able to delete it when I put buildings. Excuse me. I do have net gain of years, which is good. Have my named bots died yet? Yep, they're dead. Thank you. Such a... I would, if I sneeze, even if no one is anywhere nearby, I still go, excuse me. It is an ingrained habit that I will never... I mean, I could probably avoid doing it if it was like life or death, but it's just ingrained. And I can try to mute, but if I need to sneeze too soon, I can't really mute in time. I'm confusing myself. Why do I confuse myself? Oh yeah, because I'm waiting for this. Okay. Build all that. If I prioritize stuff, I can just... That's weird. That's... Well, that's... So if I want to do normal here, then I can do high, then I can do highest. What an odd... system. Okay, so this is gonna shut down for a bit soon. I'll wait till I have enough dirt. 139, it's 60 per. I should have enough dirt already. Yeah. Wonder if it's universal. Well, they're saying something after sneezing, because it's also associated with culture to a certain degree. No, it looks like it is relatively widespread. That's fine. Yeah, like the first thing I found was like a Wikipedia article, and like there were only a few things that were obvious, but it's like a bunch of like Denmark says it. There's a in Afrikaans. There's a word that's used. Like some East Asian countries, it said don't say anything at all, which I think is reasonable, but also it feels weird to me. Oh wait, they don't need. Why do I? Did I make a mistake? What? District 3 still has 3 people. That shouldn't have happened. Beaver. Oh, it has 10. It has. They're not people, they're beavers. I guess. Oh, because I didn't send over the beaver children. I sent over the adults and abandoned all the children. They just got left there by themselves in the mines. That's pretty cruel. Do you need this supplied? Do I need to keep shipping? I should just do this, shouldn't I? District 1. Minimum 0. I shouldn't automate it. I should just manually do it for now and deal with it later. Oh shoot, that was too many. I forgot I need to save 3. Okay. Beaver should be fine now once I don't leave them behind. I still have 50 unemployed beavers, but what's the point of prioritization if they... Oh, because it didn't actually take the prioritization correctly. I can fix it later. Yeah. No child left behind. For now. As is convenient for the beavers. I need to do this in a better order. Because otherwise I'll get another beaver trapped. Yeah. Oh no, it's... As a... cultural phenomenon. Sorry. It's fair... I think it's fairly widely known, at least in English-speaking contexts. I don't think they should implement beaver schooling. Maybe they should. Like kindergarten for beavers. grade school, high school. That's definitely a lot of work. What is this? What's the purpose of the prioritization if it doesn't work? Yeah. Internet would definitely make it. Provides access to a lot more resources. Okay, temporarily, let's do some pathing. Okay, imagine in the 50s, 60s, you'd have to do a lot of, I don't know, very thorough reading, which is all reading anyway, but I can't imagine how difficult it would be to do properly prior to the internet. Imagine libraries. That's, yep. Very specific. 8 empty. I'd say one of the things, because the way it's shown on my screen, there's a, a heart emoticon thing covering part of words occasionally, so I have to look at a different, move stuff around to look at stuff. Initially, I thought it had written like helicopter parent, because not saying that you are a helicopter parent, but more that the idea of a kid being homeschooled, being like making a reference to helicopter parenting, which I don't know why that's what popped in my head. I guess the concept of parents and helicopters just made that autocomplete underneath the emoticon thing that is obnoxious, because I'm never going to use it, so it's just in the way. It's weird that it's there. I wonder if there's a way I could remove it. I should probably try to figure that out. Did you just push it? Yeah, it's such a weird... Just the way it displays here is kind of... It's a very... secondary function. Okay, good building. This will be done soon, I hope. This will have to expand eventually, but it's not a rush. This is a sort of query. I have a bad habit of like cracking fingers and stuff. It looks like it might pick up on the microphone because the bar moves. But if it is audible, and it is annoying, I hope, please let me know, and I'll try not to. I assume it isn't, because like the bar moves from any sound even if it doesn't actually pick it up properly, which is odd. Yeah, if it hasn't been noticeable, then that's good. Yeah. It's just a habit that I've basically always had. In an episode... Okay, it's good that it's not noticeable. And I feel totally fine cracking joints because... I think my mom watched the TV show Bones. And I don't know how accurate it is, but they referenced it and they were like, oh, it's fine, it's just gas. That might have been something later explaining that it was gas, but it was more or less, yeah. It's not actually... It's not believed to be a cause of arthritis. Apparently there's a man who tested it on himself for like decades, cracking one hand's fingers and not the other, and they were totally fine. Chiropractor. Chiropractry is a weird thing to me. I guess they don't have space for pine resin. I think it's an odd topic. Okay, now it gets more complicated, so... Build paper mill and a bunch of... This might be too many printing presses, but... Shoot. I should have probably actually made a judgment on this. I should have put it one further back. Oh well. Yeah, like... My understanding is as long as it's mostly... As long as it's not you, like, neck... Like, there's areas where it's dangerous. But, like, it can help treat the symptoms. So it can help in those senses. But it won't cure, you know, major illnesses. And, like... I need to change this now. But it is one of those things where it can... People over-exaggerate everything. Well, over-exaggerate is not the right word. Maybe more malicious than over-exaggerate in some contexts. Yeah. I think that's a definite negative. It's like there's so many things that people claim cure cancer that kind of it's definitely one of those things where it's very I think the claims that people make about stuff curing cancer are very icky. It's very people with cancer could get desperate and then they hear something might help and then it doesn't because manipulating body parts in that way is not gonna fix it. So it just feels kind of bad. But I say that's not a topic for a beaver game stream. I bet beavers can't have I don't think a beaver chiropractor could do. I don't know. They feel too fluffy and squishy to really. Although it's not necessarily true, but yeah. I mean, it's sort of my understanding is if it's treated as sort of like a massage type treatment. I don't know if treatment's the right word, but like a massage type thing, then it does fulfill that purpose. As long as it's not like a neck massage, because then it can get. Yeah, I think I've heard that one makes me. I guess beavers, but it makes me less comfortable. Mostly, I guess I don't know, something about pets, like every pet feels so much more fluid. Like even dogs feel like they're more fluid than people. That's probably just how they move though. That like chiropractic feels. I guess dog massages, cat massages would feel just as weird to me. Did decrease my farm efficiency by like 50%. And the conversion was turned off. This should help a bit. District 1 needs a minimum of 3 mechanical beavers. I don't want to count. I should count eventually, figure out how many I actually need as a minimum, but yeah. It's one of those things though where I personally would probably never feel comfortable with it, but That's everyone. It's sort of. Oh shoot! I shouldn't have built this here. Oh well. It's all relative. Personal degrees of comfort. Like everyone has different lines. And it's not really like appropriately managed. It's not really harmful. Some things can be harmful. Action movies. What do they do to you? They'll turn you into... I'm trying to think of a name. I know Arnold. Sylvester Stallone. Bruce Willis. You try to become them and it doesn't help. Yeah, I mean, it's weird. Like if I can rotate my neck weirdly, like literally if I push it, it will crack a bit. Ever since one time I was probably like under 10, maybe around 10, rushing into a car. My siblings, one got on my head, one got on my torso, and my neck cracked a little. No injuries, just since then, I've been able to crack my neck. Fun. Kids rushing into a car. For no reason even. There was no reason to rush. I know exactly why they would. Wait, no. Why would they be rushing? Because if there's 3 seats in a car, and there's 2 doors into a car, unless you have to rush, it doesn't make sense. I don't know why they were rushing. Yeah. Oh, but my back pain and such is also... My understanding is that it will just creep up on you. Like, it's confusing me because, like, if they both rush in from the same side, then one of them has to sit in the middle. Like, and no one wants to sit in the middle. It's just, it's spinning in my head. Like, if they're both rushing in, one goes to the far side, one goes to the middle, neither gets the good seat. Or one of them doesn't get the good seat. It's just... Yeah. It's just... It's puzzling. It's thinking back a long time. Fairly long time. But... Oh yeah, I won't have power until they finish this. I guess I should prioritize these differently. Prioritize that. Lower that. Lower that. And then lower those. Yeah. I could see, I have a very niche kids are dumb story about myself that is completely illogical. I think sometime when I was like 5 years old, I don't know why I did this. It was me and I don't know why, but I found like a popcorn kernel on the ground and I just pushed it into my ear. We had to go to the hospital and have it taken out. It wasn't a big issue, but just did that for no reason. 5-year-olds are dumb. And it doesn't really change much for a long time. I just can't. Like, I still have a clear image of where I was sitting, performing the action, but I can't remember why. And so there must have been no reason. Just insanity. Yeah. That also does track. Just with kids being kids. Doesn't sound fun. I'm glad I've never had to do that. Yeah. Like the closest to that is that I've known is like my parents' dogs in the past. One of them would eat stuff and then it would result in intestinal distress. And then it would have to be cleaned up. But I was too young to be the one who had to clean it up. But yeah, people are weird. Kids even more so. At least dogs have the excuse. I really like this. This is such a good... It's such a good aesthetic. Except for the fact that it's a circle and it's somehow cutting out a square, but that's beside the point. But there are drill bits, I think, that can cut out fairly square holes. Somehow. Maybe that was some weird thing. That's a good plan. How a mortiser drills square holes. Woodmagazine.com. I'm not gonna read that. The fun with thinking is the topic of children and, you know, circles and squares. It's like the... What is it? The video at some point in the past 5-10 years of like one of those kids' toys of putting shapes into holes and how all the shapes could all go into the same hole because it was made that way. Yeah, just everything goes into a square hole. It just works. Why? Okay, that's fine. Okay, so this is a 30% beaver unemployment. Yeah. It's very... It's oddly entertaining, I'd say. Okay, this is almost connected. Super close. And then I'll have more jobs for the beavers. What I need to do though is... This is 46. That's too far away. I probably can't make a job. I'll probably have to do robo beavers. These beavers are lacking. currently have 36. So at minimum, I need 36. It's probably more than that. Can I just type like 44? Oh, that, yeah. Space Jam DVD, Space Jam DVD, Space Jam DVD. That's so funny. Very funny. That's all about the delivery. Just deadpan. Actually, you know, I don't even need to count. There's 5 spaces. I have 38 beavers here. I need 42. 43. I didn't even do the math right. It was bad math. So yeah, I'll set to 45 so that I can get water pumps. Yeah. Kind of anticlimactic, but I'm thinking I probably... I'm stopping relatively soon. And then I just finished getting this built. And then next time I'm not going to be... I'm probably going to try Iron Tails. It's kind of anticlimactic ending, but I'll visit this village again. There's still more to do. I just think trying the Iron Tails could be fun. And offer a little bit of a change of pace from the very safe beavers. Did I say something other than Iron Teeth? I have no idea what I said. Iron... Nope, my brain is empty. Oh. I blame Pokemon. No, I don't. It's not Pokemon's fault. It's the fault of the beavers. They have big tails. So, I say this as I will prepare to wrap up, but I am leaving them. There is stuff to improve if when I come back, because the food is not appropriately distributed. There's a lot of stuff to easily fix. Because there's not enough food supply for bread, cattails, spatter, dock, or spatter dock. Wait. Okay, they did change it. Or they didn't change it, I just couldn't remember which was which. But yeah. It's a little bit earlier to stop today than it was last time. But I think I should wrap up. Yes. Yes. Platypus. Add platypi. It wouldn't fit at all because they can't chop down trees with their teeth, but I bet there's a platypus mod, right? There has to be. Just reskin all the beavers with platypi? Nope, there don't seem to be. Hang on. Steve 7. Oh, I could do the like hand waving. Doesn't really work, does it? I don't know, the weird internet based. I don't know what it's supposed to be. I don't know if it's supposed to be like a goodbye wave. I don't know. Could have done that, but go back here. It's crazy that it's still early access. It's a penguin version of Timberborn. Penguin. I'm just gonna before I stop, I'm just gonna take a quick look at. I think I'm gonna do lakes or waterfalls. These are neat. There's a lot of cool maps. Yeah, lake seems kind of simple. Penguin, I guess, colony sim. I'm probably gonna do normal when I try it, because I don't know how these work, but... United Penguin Kingdom? That has circles. I guess igloos are circular. Penguins are great. Yeah, different world. Water flows this way. So I'll have to put a dam somewhere up this way. Oh yeah! They need more circles. More circular devices. But yeah, so things to consider. How I get food is going to be different. There's coffee. They should add caffeine withdrawal. Cassava, which is a normal farmhouse. Kohlrabi is a farmhouse. Farmhouse, 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 farmhouse. That's a lot of normal farmhouses. That's interesting. There's oaks. Oaks are still oaks. But then there's mangroves and pine. They don't have maple, which is different. They don't have... Yeah, it's just maple. Might be another tree. Coffee. Different crops. They have a big metal platform and normal platform. Do they have a bigger suspension bridge? It's all very specific. This is all the same. Does that look different? It looks... It could be a coincidence, but it looks green, and I don't think the ones in the other one look green. That could be nothing. Storage is the same. That's the same. Housing is different. I have breeding pods. Water and berries. I wonder what an iron teeth beaver would taste like. Would it taste like berries? I don't know what a normal beaver tastes like, but... Three by 3, 3 by 2. 60% more for 33% more. 5 for 2 spaces. It's probably math for the most optimal building. I bet the row houses are probably pretty good. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12 spaces for 10. 18 spaces for 16. Is this 3 tall? Maybe. Yeah. It's kind of a lot of potential. I can't even place it to look at it. A lot of specific stuff here. I'll do math if I want to. Oh yeah, the different bad water discharge instead of the rig. The deep water. Oh, the deep water is only 6. I thought it was for deeper. Oh, that's deep bad water. Their normal pump is deep water 6. Cool. And it has the same footprint. They don't have a bigger pump. They don't have the large pump equivalents. They don't, unless 0.3 is faster than the default folktail. They have slightly worse water collection, I think. They might need less water though, I don't know. Fermenter. Cassava. Soy and canola oil for soybeans and mushrooms. Where are they? Where do they get? They get mushrooms from hydroponics. 192 hours for 45. That's an interesting system. And I assume you can stack them to a certain extent. No, yeah, you can, because you can put a platform. That's interesting. That's a really cool... That's a fun system. Might be good, might be bad. They have a lot of nutrition types. It's probably the same amount. Or a similar amount. They don't have paper. Okay, that's different. Wait. They can't do science with a mine. That's different. Then the water wheels are different. Small ones. Okay, they do have gravity batteries. And the engines that turn, those are probably very reliable. Number cruncher, 10 signs per hour with energy. So you don't need to dedicate people. Yeah, it's gonna be, I guess it's under science, maybe? Or it's probably under well-being. So you need to set up charging stations for bots. Bots are made base. Oh, they don't use oh yeah, obviously they don't use biofuel. Oh, cool. A science drain. Do they have to deliver science? Or is it just it drains? That's neat. If you have to chain stuff, that could be tedious, but if not, that's kind of interesting. Grease for robots. So they have to make sure they collect their grease. Double shower. Okay, that's good, because having to deal with that would be annoying. Decontamination pod. Scratcher. That's pretty good. Kind of wish they didn't have a teeth grindstone. I think it'd be funny if they wouldn't need it. It's not really a swimming pool. Because it's not a pool, it's just a marked out part of a river. Tunnel. There's a lot of fun stuff. Oh, that one's better. I like that. That's kind of interesting. This one doesn't need to be placed anywhere specific, seemingly. Well, it needs to be within build range, but... They're beavers that have robots. They can do better. I'm pretty sure... Okay. Oh yeah, I wasn't paying attention. It doesn't even say. Weird. Oh yeah, it does. Right there. I just don't know how to read. I'm pretty sure we humans made pools before we made robots. I think the beavers could do just as well. They're languishing. They're languishing in their potential, or whatever people would say. That's gonna be fun. Trying this new stuff, this different style out. I'm gonna have a good time. I also think this map looks a lot easier than the other one. There's a lot more flat terrain. and less... Well, I guess once they need bad water, that will be rough, but it looks a lot easier to control. There's a flow off here. If you have that and that, you just block it here. Or you just go all the way to start and block it at the top, but... Yeah. And the beavers can't even do that. They can't even dig a hole and fill it with water. What's wrong with them? They're just lazy. These beavers. They haven't gone back to the fundamentals. Digging holes. Oh yeah, beavers dig a lot. They should be good at that. Oh, I kind of like this area. It's kind of cool. Yeah. You know what? You know what? The first pool that I build, I'm going to dig out a pit for them. I'm not going to build a single pool until I have access to dynamite. Once I do, I'll show them how a pool works. Until then, no pool for them. Okay. Sounds like it's a plan. Well, that's a plan. I think I'll be back playing this on Tuesday. And I'm going to do Iron Teeth instead because, as I'm seeing, I guess I'm going to delete this save because I named it test, but I'll be back if you stop by again. It'll be fun. It was fun chatting. So have a nice evening. Yes. It would be evening. Bye-bye.